first day we saw the glory of being a woman. Yesterday we saw the glory of being a seeker. Yes, everybody still remembers what that is? Yeah? Seeker first, right? And what are the three things the seeker must do? Seva, sadhana, swadhyaya. And when should we seek? Now. Correct. Today we are going to see the glory of going beyond a woman and beyond a seeker. And that we are going to see through the beautiful story of Sant Muktabai. She is one of the women saints here in our book. First I'll tell you a little bit about her, then we will read a little bit of Muktabai. So she was a great saint in Maharashtra in the 13th century. And you might have heard the name of Sant Jnanesvara, Sant Devi and Sant Nivrittinath. These were her brothers. And she was in Maharashtra. She was part of the Varkari Sampradaya. And in that Sampradaya, they worshipped the form of Bhagavan Vishnu as Vitthala. You might have heard Vitthala, yeah? That Vitthala. Or sometimes he's known as Vithoba. So they worship him and they do this pilgrimage called the Vari in Pandharpur. They do a nice dance and they go to Pandharpur twice a year. And she's part of this beautiful tradition. Now her life is very unique because when she was very young, she was orphaned at the age of 4. And how this happened was her father, by the name of Vitthal Pant, he was married. He was married, and when he was married, he had this desire to take sannyas. So once he told his wife, I'm going on a pilgrimage. And he went, and actually there he met a sadhu, a swami. And he didn't disclose that he was married or anything. He said, I want to renounce the world. So he was given sannyas. But what happened was that very same swami, he went to visit the town of Vittalpat. And there he met the wife Rukmabai. And when he met her, she didn't say anything, he didn't say anything, but he noticed that she was very sad. And he said, what happened? She said, my husband has gone to take sannyas. I don't know where he is. I don't know if he's coming back. And he knew that she is the wife of that person, that Vittalpat. He knew. And so he blessed her, may you have children. And when that Swami went back to Vittalpat, he said, you must go back and fulfill your dharma. You cannot just leave your house like this. You fulfill your dharma. When he went back to his wife, they had 4 children. Nivrittinath, Sopandev, Jnanesvara, and Muktabai. And their names are so beautiful because in the process of seeking, first one has to do Nivritti, a little bit withdraw from the world. Then one has to climb steps to rise higher. And the steps is Satsang, Satsangatve Nisangatva, right? Satsang, so Sopandev. And when one does that, then they get Jnana, Jnaneshwar. And once getting Jnana, they are liberated, Muktabai. So they were named very beautifully. But what happened is, they were condemned by society, the whole family, because they reversed the order of ashramas. Shashiji said, when she spoke here that when we follow the ashramas properly, there's a proper unfoldment. But what Vittalpat did is, he followed brahmacharya, then Grahastha. Then he went to sannyasa and he came back to Grahastha. And society condemned them for that. Because if everybody does that, then what will happen? So they had to leave. They could not live where they were living. They had to leave. They had to live on the outskirts. And people were very cruel to them. Very cruel to them. And he tried. He said, I'll do whatever it takes. I left this place, the whole village, and I'm living now on the outskirts. I've done everything I can. Please accept my children. You give them the right to study the Vedas, give them the right to marry, give them the right to be assimilated in society. But nobody would listen. And finally what happened is, Vittal Pant and Muktabai, they said the only thing that we need to do is now we have to give up our lives. You just see how people were at that stage, They said we have to give up our lives because we have to atone for this mistake, and no matter what we're doing, people are not accepting our children. So for our children's sake, let us give up our lives, because it was Vittal Pant said, I made the mistake. Why everybody should suffer? And Rukmabai said, I don't need to stay here anymore. I don't want to stay here. And she said, I am also responsible for that, because both of us are in everything together. So they gave up their lives, and at the age of 4 years old, Muktabai was orphaned. And she was living with her brothers. You can just imagine how difficult her life must be. It was not easy. And yet she grew as a sister, not only as a younger sister, but also as a mother. She grew, even if she was the youngest, she became the motherly figure of a family. And there's one very, very powerful thing she did. Now you know, Jnanesvara is the one who wrote Jnaneshwari, a commentary on Bhagavad Gita in Marathi. That is so incredibly beautiful. One day, Jnaneshwara, the one who was full of wisdom, he felt very sad, very down by the world. Because imagine, his parents gave up their lives. People were still being cruel to them. People were still being harsh to them. People were still condemning them. He said, what is this world if everybody's still doing this to us? He went to his room and he locked the door. He didn't want to come out. And he himself wanted to take his life. He said, there's no point in living in this world anymore. Muktabai, she saw that her brother had done this. She knocked on his door. When she knocked on his door, this composition came out of her. It's called Tatiche abhanga. This composition came out of her so flawlessly, so beautifully. And this composition is full of wisdom, full of love. And this is how she reminds Jnaneshwar, you have that wisdom, you open the door. Rise up again, Jnaneshwar. Rise up again. Open that door. This is what she says. Before we read that, this is what we should do as fellow seekers. Sometimes, when people are down, we're happy also. They also fall. They also go through this. Whether it's our siblings, whether it's our friends, whether it's our colleagues, when they're going through something, we rise and we laugh at them. We don't rise above it, we rise and we laugh at them. We say how they are also going through suffering. When we see other people going through suffering, our dharma is to lift them up. Our dharma is to remind them of their strength. Not dwell on their weakness, but remind them that you are strong. Open the door Now, this beautiful abhanga is on page 81. I'll read and I'll stop at certain places and then we'll just reflect on these words. She says, "O my beloved brother, do I need to tell you the qualities of a yogi who is ever in a tranquil state of mind, who calmly bears the insults and injuries inflicted upon him by the world? Even if the world is burning with the wrath of fire and jealousy, it is our duty to pour water over this fire and try to extinguish it. The world is holding a weapon of cruel words, but we have to accept this as a means for improving ourselves. What is this world and its beings? It is like the warp of a cloth woven with the Brahman as the thread. That is our part, as we are Brahman itself." Now Muktabai is a teenager, must be, huh? These are her words. These are her words. So what is the first thing she says? Who is a yogi? The one who has a tranquil, calm state of mind. The first thing that we have to develop if we want to go beyond being a woman and being a seeker is calmness. Absolute calmness. Because so many things the world will throw at us. People mentioned the elections, the state of the environment, the family. So many issues are there with the children, with the husband, with the in-laws, with the parents. So many people will come and just throw things at us. But strength lies in keeping the mind absolutely still. That key moment, if we can just learn how to pause and respond instead of react, that will make a world of difference. The world will throw all these words at us, but in that moment, don't catch. Pause. Just pause. Just stay calm. Just stay steady. And just be. And then respond. When we react, what happens is we do it without thinking. Whatever they throw, we catch, boom, I'll throw back. Correct? But here, she said a yogi is one who becomes really calm. Just stay steady. Stay steady. And what the world will give us, more than praise, is criticism. Yeah? So much criticism. So many times people will throw this at us. Now, how to handle it? From the highest standpoint, the one who is realized has already given up the body. So why should you take anything that's connected to the body? Now you see, when we go for number 2, and when number 2 comes out of the body, and let us say somebody criticizes that number 2. Does it matter to you? No, you rejected it already, right? Now this body, which we rejected already, if somebody criticizes it, so what? It's number 2. Number 2. From the highest standpoint, this is also number 2, so why am I fussing so much about it? So that person who is trying to go beyond, if you've already gone beyond your body, is number 2. Now the second thing is, people will always criticize. Means there will always be something to criticize. You see our forms of Bhagavan and Bhagavati. Sri Rama criticized, Bhagavan Shiva criticized, Sita Devi criticized, even Bhagavan and Bhagavati gets criticized. So what to talk of you and me? And everything may look wonderful and beautiful, but if something is wrong, somebody will say, this was wrong. Have you ever been to a wedding? Yeah, right? Now how much effort the bride takes and the groom takes matching outfits on both sides, and the invitations are so beautiful, the decorations are wonderful, everything is amazing, but the food, not too good. Now what will people walk out with? The food was not great. Correct? Unfortunately, our nature has been to find that criticism. You know that exercise when you have the white paper and the black dot, and everybody sees the black dot? Unfortunately, that's people's nature. So we have to learn to understand that it's okay, people will always find that. But learn to see the white and not the black dot. Another thing is that people will criticize based on their emotions and what they're going through. So if somebody is going through a certain stage of life, they will criticize based on that. Today, if I have a bad mood, everything will come out, right? Asterisk, hashtag, everything will come out. But today, if I'm in a good mood, then I'm not going to criticize. So people are criticizing based on their state of mind at that point and at that time. So don't take it so much to heart. The world is like that. It's going to throw things at us. But if we learn how to deal with it, then we rise above it. Now, what criticism should we take? So here I'm saying, be calm, be poised. If a wise person criticizes us, that is worth taking. If somebody who's wise criticizes us and says, this, you did this wrong, this was not okay, take that as a gift, because that person is helping us improve. I tell you, if there's somebody who criticizes us, and Swami Sharanandaji told me this, you make them live beside you. Keep them beside you, because they are helping us grow. That wise person is helping us grow. So when a wise person criticizes, take that criticism. Take it. But when an unwise person criticizes, rise above it. Rise. And there's a beautiful story of the eagle and the crow. The eagle flies. When the eagle flies, the crow keeps pecking at the neck of the eagle. But the eagle's not fighting back. All the eagle's doing is it just keeps rising. And the crow keeps pecking. The eagle keeps rising. At some point, the eagle rises so high, the crow cannot breathe because the air is too thin for the crow. What does the crow do? Drops off. So when an unwise person criticizes, rise like the eagle. And that will drop off. This is how to handle it. The second thing, she says, oh, my beloved brother, please open the door. How can you be angry with your own self? The whole world is our self. When one hand is trying to scratch the other hand, and in that process blood seeps out, would one cut off the hand that is scratching? If one bites one's tongue with one's own teeth, would anybody try to destroy the teeth? Wisdom. The second thing that is hard for us to deal with is anger. Anger, right? And let me tell you, the first person we're angry at is our own selves, isn't it? As seekers, we're frustrated at ourselves. I know better, but I don't know why I keep making this mistake. Why do I keep slipping? Why do I keep falling? Why is it? Mistakes on the path are inevitable. As Stuti said in her talk yesterday, means there's no mistake means there's no effort. Right? There's no effort. So in this path, as a seeker, we will fall. And we will fall sometimes flat. But how to pick ourselves up up is with sincerity. If we are sincere on the path, then we can be patient with ourselves and guilt-free. Because I know I'm sincerely trying. If we're sincerely trying, and then we can be patient and accepting of ourselves. We won't be angry. And understand that everything takes time to bloom. The sun doesn't rise like that. The sun rises so beautifully, so slowly, so gently. The flower also blooms so slowly and gently. And anything that grows in a rush or gets done in a rush is not so beautiful. That fruit which is GMO, on the outside it looks good, but when you eat that fruit or whatever, it doesn't taste like anything. So we want this growth that is non-GMO. Non-GMO. You know the difference. 2-minute poha versus the poha that we really take time to make. What a difference. So that growth should be natural. And everybody grows at their own pace. And that's absolutely okay. So be patient, be sincere. The question comes, but sometimes I feel guilty. If guilt is coming, that means we're not sincere. That means we're procrastinating, we're delaying on the path. Because guilt comes when we neglect, when we delay, when we become tamasic. There's a question yesterday about sattvic and tamasic. Sattvic is when we are sincere on the path and accepting. Tamasic is when we delay on the path, we neglect our scriptural study or sadhana, and therefore we feel guilt. So first thing we have to release anger from is from ourselves. Release that anger. The second wave of anger that we have is we're angry at other people. Why did you do this to me? Why did you do that? And how could you do that to me? Now please understand that everybody is only a delivery person. UPS, DHL. Our prarabdha karma has to come to us. So our prarabdha is coming. The person who is just messaging it is the delivery person, just the messenger. Just the messenger. Through that person, that prarabdha is coming. So don't hate that person. Don't be angry at that person. That karma had to come to me. And so it had to come to me because there is a bigger picture which I might not understand. And so it has come. Let me just accept. Accept. Don't try to push that karma away. Accept it. It's here. It has come. And now I have to deal with it. So don't be angry at other people because they're just messengers of our karma. That's all. And guaranteed everybody that's in our life is teaching us something that we need to learn. The third thing that we're angry at is the world. Why is the world like this? And why can't it be a better place? And there's too many issues and too many things going on. Right? But what Akalkaji said yesterday is, if we're angry at the world, if we're criticizing the world, we're criticizing Bhagavan. What Anandamayi Maji said is, the world is perfect as it is. It is perfect as it is. So, just no need to be angry at it. Things are happening as it should be. And everything is our own self. Everything is our own self. So Muktabai tells Jnanesvara, release that anger. Everything is you. Everything is you. If the teeth is biting the tongue, then what happens? We cut off our teeth. Anybody does that? If we poke our own eye, we cut off our finger. But if somebody else pokes our eye, what happens? Everybody is that one oneself. And everybody's playing a part. It's playing a part. The last paragraph, she says, O brother, for one who has attained that state of purity of mind, God realization is very near. Do I have to tell you this? You are Jnana Dev, the Lord of knowledge. Your heart is like the flow of the pure Ganga. You have no difficulties in crossing over this ocean of samsara. But if you are displeased with the world, then who is to uplift the people and take them ashore? The whole world will plunge into darkness. I plead with you, O my brother, your own self, your little sister and child is calling you. Please open the door. Now, what is Jnaneshwara's, please understand, what is Jnaneshwara's wisdom? He wrote Jnaneshwari. What is Muktabai's wisdom? The one who reminds you of your wisdom must have the same wisdom, isn't it? And she's telling her brother, I am your own self. If you do this, who is going to play that role of uplifting everybody? Oh, Jnaneshwara, you open that door. Go beyond this. Go beyond calm. Go beyond that agitated mind. Be calm. Go beyond that anger. Be patient. Go beyond being Jnaneshwara. Go beyond being a seeker. You are that self. Go beyond being a woman. Go beyond being a seeker. You are that self. You are that ultimate source of divinity. All of us have to open that door. All of us have to open that door. Now, Tripti ji is going to sing a few lines of Tatiche Abhanga in Marathi. Because the original is the best way to feel this bliss. So just close your eyes. And today, I want you to feel the glory of being beyond a woman and beyond a seeker.
शांति सुखे भावे पाणी, शांति सुखे भावे पाणी, योगी पावन मनाचा, योगी पावन मनाचा,